ESG has hands down been the best decision that I have ever made for my health. I know it can be scary. I know that you may be afraid of what others may think. There's stigmas on weight loss procedures, but ultimately you're the one that's living in your body and you have to do what's best for you. I promise the work is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. Hello, I am Kyra, better known as the Fierce ESG Diva on Instagram and YouTube. My journey or struggle with weight loss started around 11th grade. I kind of stopped a lot of extracurricular activities. I wasn't as active, and so the only thing that I really did was band, and I started to gain weight. From then, it just kind of continued. I can remember always being the larger girl in my friend group, and by the time I was 19 years old, I was about 246 pounds. It sometimes is a little vulnerable to admit that you need help. When I started with the diets that didn't work, an hour later, my stomach is growling like I haven't eaten anything at all. I had the desire to want to eat healthy, to want to eat well, but it's just the hunger wouldn't allow me to do so. And I would, feel like a failure when I couldn't stay full for that long. One day I am searching the internet and I'm looking for non-invasive weight loss procedures. I may have even searched, feel full longer with less food or something like that, searching anything I could find. And I got a hit for ESG, Endoscopic Sleeve Gastroplasty. I'd never heard of it before, and so I went to YouTube to look it up. And when I got on YouTube, I found Dr. McGowan. Dr. McGowan had performed a live endoscopic sleeve gastroplasty on a patient. It was about an hour-long video, and he took questions from the audience during that live. And so I'm sitting there with the video on, headphones on, pen and paper in hand, writing down all the questions, writing down his answers to the questions. And it was like a light bulb went off. And I said, you know what? This is it. This is exactly what I've been looking for. And so I immediately started searching doctors in the area, and of course, Dr. McGowan, because that's the first expert that I actually found.
Kyra came to me because she had looked for something to help her lose weight for years. She had struggled with her weight since childhood and really was looking for a solution, but she knew she didn't want surgery. She landed on ESG. It's a really cool procedure. So we're taking a device that's really like a mini sewing machine on the end of a flexible endoscope. It's the same kind of scope we would use to look at someone's esophagus or stomach if they're having some kind of symptoms. But in this case, we are going down into the stomach endoscopically with this little suturing device, and that's allowing us to sew the stomach from the inside. So we're reducing the size of the stomach by about 70 to 80%. It's narrower, it's smaller, and food stays in the stomach longer after the procedure. So someone who has this procedure can eat smaller portions and feel really satisfied for a longer period of time, which will help them lose weight.
I flew in on Tuesday night, had the procedure Wednesday morning, and flew out the next day. I had a little bit of soreness in the upper left side. It felt like I had done a killer core workout. That's what it felt like I had really done some ab work. A little bit of cramping, some nausea, but not a lot. I had a lot of medicine that I took like clockwork in order to prevent some of that, and really just slept and walked when I wasn't sleeping the majority of that next day. By day 5, I was outside walking. I've lost about 110 pounds, give or take a pound or two. And I reached my goal within a little over a year. And so I've been maintaining this weight for now almost another complete year, since I'm almost 2 years out. And one of the things I like to tell people is that I did not know how bad I felt until I started feeling good.
She's, of course, an incredible success and has lost over 100 pounds, maintained that amount of weight loss for over a year now. And it's really an incredible story.
Energy levels through the roof. I don't really sit down as much as I used to. I have not had heartburn, acid reflux, a sour stomach, no gastrointestinal issues, no vomiting, anything within 2 years. Since I had my ESG, all of that has pretty much disappeared.
No question, the ESG procedure is the tool, and this is a weight loss journey.
ESG is definitely not that magic pill, and so I knew this going in.
So if you look at Kyra, she took that tool and then she put in all the other pieces.
I would walk on my treadmill 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time, something like that. I weighed and measured and tracked food for an entire year.
She was just consistent and has been week after week, month after month.
Tedious? Yes.
She was very upfront. She said, I don't really like to exercise, but I'm going to do it.
But I knew that I had to have that complete lifestyle change, and so that's what I did.
The field has shifted. The field is changing. It's not just diet, exercise, or surgery. We now have a tool such as ESG, which really fills that gap, in treatment options. And so someone can have a same-day procedure and go home and recover quickly, but have a tool that's going to help them lose significant weight, way more than they'd be able to lose with diet and exercise. Really, this represents a great option for someone who's struggled to lose weight and is looking for that safer, less invasive option to help them. If you're someone who's struggled with your weight, you tried diet, you've tried exercise, these things just haven't worked for you long term, we now have these new and exciting tools like the ESG procedure. This is something I would encourage people to look at.
You might feel good right now, but you're holding yourself back from greatness.